Hello viewers, okay. The 2003 Bachelor's Grove Cemetery video follows this introduction because I gotta explain some things. This is from when I had my own cable TV show on Comcast in the Chicagoland area. And it shows the land before it was basically, I say, destroyed by paranormal groups, individuals, whatever, that thought it should be a certain way. Then having nature take back what was hers after all these years, and nobody was taking care of it. It was a time that is different than today's. The way it looks. Even look at because I walked this whole territory. And look at the way even the headstones are laid out compared to today if you've been there with some paranormal group tours. All right, pay tours. Look at it. You tell me if there's something different there. All right. If they made it more convenient for the paranormal tour guide. Okay. Could be. Could be. Never say never as far as the paranormal goes. Two retractions from the video. Number one, you'll see me talking about the lagoon as I go search for it and find it. And you'll see me talk about bodies being thrown in there and all that. That was all previous paranormal investigators or storytellers' stories. Okay. The reality is Forest Preserve Police and also Cook County Police have said it never happened. Never has there been bodies found there. There's never been any of that stuff. The stories about the mob in it never happened. Plus, it's not deep enough to provide what the mob would want or anybody else. Okay, so that's one retraction. The other retraction has to do with you'll see me pull out a pendulum board for a certain reason. I no longer use pendulum boards for readings or anything because science has proven how human input actually works the pendulum, not the spiritual or supernatural. And if the paranormal field wants to be considered with what they do and the technology they use as science for paranormal investigations, well, they got to respect also what science says until proven different. Okay? And nobody's proven science different about the Ouija board or pendulum boards or the use of pendulums. So, that's a fact. So, that's a retraction. So, two retractions there. You're going to see what the land looked like before the paranormal Chicago war over Bachelor's Grove Cemetery. You had a bunch of goofy stuff. Everything from part districts. Everything from historical societies to fighting with each other in the Southtown newspaper about bodies or no bodies. One saying all the bodies were removed that weren't stolen. The other one saying the bodies were there. Okay. So I know what I've been told. I know what I've been picked up. I know how it looks for if there was bodies there, nobody taking care of it. So that's all for you to decide on. You're going to hear paranormal teams saying whatever. Or not teams, but tour guides and teams. Okay. So I'm no part of that. I will take groups in there and not charge. Even though I've been recently asked by a paranormal investigation tour thing if I'd be interested in joining them. No. If I was going to do it, I'd start my own and finance it and pick my people and teach them. Because I get a lot of feedback from the house parties that been on these recent tours. You're missing out, people. So, but that's neither here nor there. I'm bringing you the video. I'm leaving to see what it looks like. Yeah, I got involved in a fight because I believed in leave nature take back what was hers since nobody else cared about it. Okay? And I wasn't out to make no money off of it. So, here it is. Enjoy it. And let me know, once you watch it, if it looks like the headstone's been moved around. Okay? And remember the 2 retractions. Talk to you later. Take care. Remember, this is from 2003. I got over 50 years ago, I went to Bachelor's Grove. Longer time than most investigators out there. Okay? Have been around. Or they were just, being bounced on mommy's lap. Saying, oh, what a kitty, kitty, kitty. All right, so y'all take care. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Hello viewers, Ed Champion here. I'm on another solo trip. I'm taking you to the historic haunted location, Bachelor's Grove. This is the area or the woods that you have to park, the forest preserve that you have to park your car in to approach Bachelor's Grove. Bachelor's Grove is southwest of this location. And I plan on bringing something back with me. So stay tuned and enjoy. Okay viewers, I haven't been to Bachelor's Grove since 1976. This used to, what you're going to see here, path, used to be a drive. Actually used to be a drive back into Bachelor's Grove. You had to drive in and had to back out. Hopefully I can show you once we get back there where. But this is the trail, hopefully, back into the cemetery of Bachelor's Grove. If not, we'll look for others. I've come across a little dilemma here, as there's a split in the road. And one area is fenced off, gates open of course, but looks like they don't want people going through by bike, etc. So, let me go down there first and see what I come to. I just love things like this. I'll be darned. I'm in Bachelor's Grove. Holy cow. There are still headstones here. Wow. This area is kind of taking a beating, as you know. There's still headstones here. This whole area, if you don't know, you haven't noticed, or don't know the history of Bachelor's Grove, you just look it up on the website or at our site. It has been known to was an old German burial ground. And most of the Germans buried here, 1700s, I guess, were bachelors. So that's where the name Bachelor's Grove comes from. I'm actually surprised I walked onto this thing, not knowing I was going to walk upon it. So let's take a little bit more of a tour. What we got. As I said, satanic rituals have been held out here. People have really, curiosity seekers, etc., have kind of destroyed this area. It's a shame. No wonder the spirits would be highly active. When we were out here, me and my buddy Dave did have a bad experience with something coming at us. We were out here at night, back in '76 when we were allowed to, and we're by a lagoon that was out here then. And let's see if I can still find it. But what happened was the lagoon, we got close to the edge of the lagoon. We seen a reflection in the moon, approximately 6 feet away from it, and we heard footsteps coming toward us from nowhere. Now, we were out of there like Abbott and Costello. So as you can see, this is a shame the way the condition is here at Bachelor's Grove. But there are still some things in existence. Headstones, burial grounds. Let me see if I can find that lagoon. I see it now. I see the lagoon now. Let's take a walk. We came walking through here. And probably the path you see right here. Okay. And we came through. Right here. And we were probably standing at this point. Of course, there was no fence then. This is wide open. But we were probably standing at this point. And where we were standing, a clear reflection of the lagoon. I call it lagoon. And out of nowhere came footsteps up at us. Of course, the area's changed. I guess in the 1920s, 1910s, mobsters used to use this as their own burial ground, this lagoon. And things have been known to be seen and heard at night. As you could tell by the covering. Looks like not much activity. Matter of fact, it looks dead. Okay, taking a little walk. It's another headstone. It says infant daughter. Interesting. We move up onto it. Looks like there's been visitors here, of course. And let's see who may be the family. Well, there's Fulton. And there's the father's name. Or this father. 1922. So, I would imagine the girl is much younger. And maybe this area was a family plot. Who knows, as there are still some things located here. What I said I was going to do is bring something back from this site. This may be the location to do it. Okay? Bear with me while I do this. As some of you may know, I'm into doing stuff with pendulums. But, like I said, with the pendulum. And I use a pendulum board. And what I'm going to do is lay my pendulum board out right here at the site. Okay? I'm going to recite spiritualist seance invocation. It goes, there is a lane where we all go. whence neither the frost nor cold wind blow. And friends remember, reunite, and those who hate forget their spite. In glow surrounded these gentle beings, we call you now to bless our meetings. Heaven's promise, our spirits thrive. So now for the living, let the dead come alive. Greetings, spirits, speak thee to us. I'll lay this down here. It's my own personal handcrafted pendulum board that I use for readings and stuff like that. To see more about it, visit our website, theunexplainedworld.com. And hopefully I bring back some spirits with me with this. As I said, it's been the first time I've been here since 1976. And whoever this infant daughter is, make sure you enter the board and allow the board to speak. Looks like to me, viewers, that Mother Nature, or the spirits itself, have not wanted Bachelor's Grove to be a fenced off area. As you can see by these multiple trees that have fallen in breaking down the fences surrounding Bachelor's Grove. A little bit about the history of some of these headstones here in Bachelor's Grove is that people have actually been reported that one moment they're here, they come back and they're gone. Of course, there's vandalism that goes on in here, but the weirdest thing is, a month or two later, they reappear. Could it be the fact that they're meant to be here and the spirits did not like their new home? You decide. Since we do some walking down the trail, come across some more headstones. That must be the headstone. That must be the foundation for it. So more or less the body is probably right underneath me. Here's another headstone. Here's, like I said, another headstone. The thing about videotaping, things appear, and maybe you've seen them in the cable show, spirits, orbs, whatever, on film that can't be seen with the naked eye. Also, if you visit our website, theunexplainedworld.com, I've posted pictures I've taken up there. I've posted pictures there that I've taken here. So take a visit there if you get the opportunity. Here's the entry gate again, which is also look like it's been set up not to be shut. And here's where we came in. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this. Bye-bye. Ed Shanahan here for the Unexplained World. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Hello, viewers. I had to cut back in. I know that was the ending of the show, but wandering back here, I found something from the old German settlement that may be of interest to the viewers. Walking further south on the trails here in the Bachelor Grove. As you can see, here is what looks like a dried up well. Okay. And it's very eerie being here right now, looking at this thing. I got the heebie-jeebies. Why is it closed off? Why is the stones? Why has it been basically covered with stones, so no entry? Maybe there was an entry there. Rumor has it that it's just in a well. Others rumors have it. Well, I'll leave your imagination decide where this leads. I'll stick with the Wells story. Okay, viewers, still walking. Came across this area. Not much is growing here. Could this be the old settlement? Old German settlement? Where they came in and did it and lived? Can this be the area where people said they sighted a house and yet no house exists? I'm getting a feeling from this area, ladies and gentlemen. Matter of fact, I'm covered with sweat. Something ain't right about here. Could this be where the satanic rituals are held? I don't know. I'm just happy I'm here during the day. Here's something I came across. I couldn't pass up showing you. It's probably the oldest tree back here. And how weird it looks. Does it look evil? Sure, this tree has memories. And if it could talk, it would. It's a weird looking tree. It's an old tree. If you hear noises in this area, as I do, things are moving around. I don't know what, I don't know who. But you know what? I think we'll call it a day. Thank you for joining the Unexplained World. And go to our website to see more photos. Thank you very much. And goodbye.